No, very, very clear. Aaron, I mentioned, of course, Parliament returns next week for the first time since Labor was re-elected back in May. What is on the Coalition's agenda?
Well, there's some really important things that we need to address, and obviously we were all shocked and disgusted by the allegations that were made against a childcare worker here in Victoria. So the government have forecast that they're going to have a new piece of legislation around child safety. We will scrutinise that in great detail to make sure that it is actually going to make a tangible difference to keep children safe, and also make sure that it's implemented sooner rather than later. We cannot afford to have a moment where symbolically it looks good and it doesn't actually make a difference. So that will be an important piece of legislation that we will scrutinise and work with the government if it is good legislation, and look to strengthen it if we need to. Obviously, the economy, we've seen unemployment, but housing is another issue that we will look to question the government on their plans. That leaked document, which I think we all know and we all think is really softening the Australian people up around the tax, but also around the deficits and housing. It's clear that they're going to completely miss the 1.2 million housing target, which is going to continue to push prices up for housing. So we'll look to hold them to account when it comes to the economy and also housing, because, as I said, they spin all the positives, but Jim Chalmers doesn't have any solutions for the Australian people.
No, that's it. They haven't achieved not one housing target, yet migration is rising and rising. A huge week ahead in Parliament. Aaron Violi, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining me on the show this evening. Really appreciate it.